Liverpool fans are still enjoying the 7-0 thrashing of Manchester United days later, and so they should, but we do have another mission to complete, with another big Premier League game on the horizon this weekend. Ahead of this weekend's clash, we do have some huge Luis Diaz news, whilst also taking a look at what James Milner has said about his future. Not only that, but we will also go over the latest Liverpool news from the last 24 hours. There is so much to cover in today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. Before we get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. James Milner has hinted that he may continue playing football beyond this season, describing himself as fortunate to be playing at a club like Liverpool. Liverpool's vice-captain hasn't ruled out extending his career at the club, with his current deal set to expire in the summer. Speaking after receiving an MBE at Windsor Castle on Tuesday, the 37-year-old made it clear that he is still relishing his football and that there may yet to be more to come. He said, "It's easy to say yes after the result we had at the weekend. But yeah, for sure, I was speaking to Chris Kamara before and he was saying you should play as long as you can. I feel very fortunate to be playing at an amazing club like Liverpool with the team I'm playing with. I feel like I can still contribute and feel good physically the majority of the day, so I'll keep working hard. I just want to keep contributing to a massive club like Liverpool and hopefully make an impact both on and off of the field." Milner accepted a 1-year extension to his contract on reduced terms in June and has previously admitted that he is working towards a career as a coach in the future. The Yorkshireman has been seen on the sidelines during academy fixtures and even appeared in the dugout during an injury layoff last season. But the focus appears for now to remain on the playing, with Milner indicating that he would be open to staying at Liverpool beyond the end of his current campaign. In terms of game time, the veteran midfielder has still been a regular this term, with only 6 players featuring in more games, while he has also clocked more minutes than Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain combined. Whether that is enough to convince to stay at Anfield for 2023-2024 remains to be seen, as does the stance of the club, with Jurgen Klopp admitting he has different plans to his vice-captain. When speaking in January, he said, "We have different plans for Millie, but Millie wants to keep on playing. Even a player who had a few clubs he can end up at, in the end, at his club, and I would consider Liverpool as his club. And that means that I'm pretty sure the club should use his character and mindset because he is really special." Those words point to an intention to eventually move Milner in an off-the-field role, which may jar with the player's ambitions beyond this campaign. Any decision over his future, however, is likely to be made towards the end of the season, or even after its final game. A reliable image of Liverpool's away kit for the 2023-2024 season has now been leaked online, with a green and white design a throwback to the 1995-1996 under Adidas. Liverpool are set to wear green and white as their away kit again for the first time since the 2017-2018 season. Following a number of unreliable leaks featuring designs similar to those worn by Celtic in years gone by, Footy Headlines has now provided a concrete update. The away shirt then is set to be a predominantly white with the blocks of green in the top left and bottom right of the torso, featuring various shades. Officially, the colour is a green spark with an overlapping digital pattern offset against the overall white. Black is used for the crew neck collar and cuffs along with the logos including the LFC badge, Nike swoosh, Standard Chartered sponsor and the Hillsborough tribute on the back. The design is similar to that worn by Roy Evans, Liverpool on the road 95-96, with an away shirt pictured below becoming a cult favourite among fans. In the latest in a series of throwbacks from Nike, with next season's home shirt also set to be similar to that worn of the club's first ever FA Cup in 1965. Footy Headlines report that next season's away kit is due for release in July, though no official date for the unveiling has been confirmed as of yet. For their third kit, Liverpool's outfielders are expected to wear an abstract design in space purple, which is a colour used for this season's home goalkeeper kit. Luis Diaz is nearing his return from a second long-term knee injury, and reports in Colombia claim he could be back in action as early as this weekend. Diaz has been unavailable since suffering an initial ACL tear in a 3-2 loss to Arsenal in October, with a re-injury occurring while in Dubai 2 months later. Back-to-back injuries, the latter of which required surgery, have kept the winger out for 5 months, but he has steadily increased his workload in training in recent weeks. Individual sessions in the gym have been followed by dynamic work outside, including with the ball, and Jurgen Klopp has spoken with optimism regarding his recovery. But while the manager indicated last month that Diaz's return was likely to come after the March international break, a journalist from Colombia has claimed otherwise. Diego Ruda has reported that the 26-year-old could in fact be involved at Bournemouth on Saturday, followed by a trip to Real Madrid next Wednesday. It is a bold assertion and one that should be taken with a pinch of salt at this stage, but there is every chance it could prove accurate. Diaz resumed light training over 3 weeks ago with a specialist who flew in from Portugal to aid rehabilitation alongside Liverpool's medical staff. There is no need to risk the number 23, of course, particularly given the form and fitness of Mohamed Salah, Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez, Diogo Jota and Roberto Firmino, but it stands to reason that if possible, Liverpool would look to get Diaz up to speed as quickly as possible, with a 17-day gap between fixtures after a second leg at Real Madrid. The prospect of Diaz building up minutes off of the bench against Bournemouth and Real Madrid may have even informed that decision, with the under-21s offering another avenue when they take in on Blackburn on March 18th. Liverpool principal owner John W. Henry insists his commitment to the football club is stronger than ever and will continue to invest wisely in the transfer market. The 73-year-old American, as head of Fenway Sports Group, reaffirmed an assertion he made last month that Liverpool was never put for sale in November and the process was only designed to seek outside investment. FSG has been criticised in some quarters of the lack of spending on players at a time when the likes of Chelsea and Newcastle, backed by new owners, are bolstering their squads. Klopp has spoken about a refresh coming in the summer when several players will be out of contract, but with the club making England international Jude Bellingham their primary target, the fee needed to prize him away from Borussia Dortmund could well exceed £100 million. It is not only the signing Liverpool need to make, and the cost of the rebuild was partly the reason FSG started looking outwardly for the new money. But even if that search is successful, Henry said it would not lead to the type of spending seen at Chelsea, who have splashed out in excess of £500 million since last summer. Henry said, "While we formalise the process that has identified potential investors for the club, we remain fully committed to the long-term success of the football club. That has been the case since day one in 2010. Our efforts every day have been and continue to be focused on the long-term health and competitiveness of our football club. Investment in the club is never for the short term. This approach has been successful over the long haul, with patience necessary from time to time. We've seen many football clubs go down unsustainable paths. We have and will continue to focus our attention on investing wisely in the transfer market, and we remain incredibly proud of our squad. At the same time, we continue investing in our training facilities, our main stand, and currently the Anfield Road stand. There are physical reflections on our resolve and how very serious Fenway Sports Group takes responsibilities for this great club. In regards to Liverpool Football Club, our commitment remains stronger than ever." Liverpool fans, what do you make of the imminent return of Luis Diaz? And would you give James Milner another year at the football club? Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section below. That brings us to the end of today's video, guys. Please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Thank you, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Peace.